Hello SLAPAFISH community and welcome back to Nameless console video. So in this video, I'm going to be driving the Japanese Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank, the Nameless. So the Nameless gets a special crew, as you can hear it talking right now, and the Nameless and the Otherwise. A little bit of backstory on the Nameless and the Otherwise. The Nameless and the Otherwise are from the Valkyria Chronicles. If I said that right, good. And they were first available over 5 years ago, and they have never been sold once before. They were sold 5 years ago for like a month, I think it was. And this is the first time they're available in 5 years. So if you're wanting to get these tanks, if you're on the edge of getting them, get them. Because it's a possibility that you won't see them for another 5 years. Don't be like me and waited and just not wanted them when they were available, but as soon as they were gone, I wanted them. So I had to wait about 5 years to get these tanks. So, yeah, if you're on the edge of getting them, get them. If you collect tanks, get them. So anyway, hello. So let's talk about the Nameless. This is the heavy tank one. You got the Nameless and the Otherwise. I'm going to be doing a video on the Otherwise and tomorrow's video. Yes, I'm being uploading a video tomorrow. So, Nameless, and this replay I'm going to be showing you a tier 10 battle. And the next replay I'm going to be showing you a tier 8 battle. Now, the Nameless is all about the armor. It's got really good armor. It's got gun depression over the front, which do not depend on the gun depression over the front because there's absolutely no gun depression over the front. And if you're turning your gun like completely right or completely left, you get 8 degrees of gun depression over the side, which is really nice. It's like the 50T prototype has 10 degrees of gun depression only when you shoot over the sides of the tank. This one has 8, but only when you shoot over the sides of the tank. At the front of the tank and behind the tank, no gun depression. And yes, I'm going to be bouncing tier 10 shells this game. Super Conqueror bounced off me then. Probably when I'm going to be talking about the cruise skills and equipment I have on the tank. The E4 is going to shoot me, and it's going to bounce. So, Nameless is all about the armor. You just got to learn how to use the armor, how to use the tank correctly, and it just works. There's the E4, and here comes the shell any second now, and there it is. It actually only tracked me, but it actually went into my hull, so it also received bouncing damage. So nice. Okay, so let's talk about my equipment I have on this tank. I have the advanced loader, gun stabilizer, advanced powertrain, and enhanced target info. My commander has 8 skills on it: born leader, rapid loading, sixth sense, situational awareness, steady aim, off-road driving, last stand, and armor angling. So yeah, and also the special crew that this tank does get. Now, for a tank that's over 5 years old, it actually still holds up really, really nicely in today's gameplay. In today's meta, I don't really like saying meta, but So, it does have 2001 DPM for a tier 8 heavy tank. That's not bad. That's actually really good. 220 millimeters of penetration, it's standard 260 on its premium. What's the fuel range on this tank? It got 50 forward, horsepower per ton, 16.76, so it moves. It's a very mobile, fast, heavy tank. Its fuel range is 370, so it's lacking, so it's not going to be spawning for itself. But it's a mobile, heavy tank, so it can get in those positions quickly. So, it does have 240 millimeters of frontal turret armor, 150 at the sides, and 80 at the rear. The upper plate, it's a little bit difficult to talk about. The upper plate of the front hull is split up into multiple parts. The thickest is 220, and farther you go with the hull, it goes 220, 200, 180, 170, 160, 150. But farther you go the hull, less armor you get, less thickness of armor that you get, but more angled the hull becomes. Also, your lower plate is 130, your side armor is 80. So you can definitely side scrape and angle in this tank, which is basically what I do in the very next match. Now, if you were just going to get this tank, not because it's Valkyrie Chronicles, I'd never play the games or whatever they have for Valkyrie Chronicles. I just bought the tanks. I bought the overall bundle that has the 2 tanks and 2 commanders. I was like, I'm just going to buy this because I will want them. Because the first time I bought the Nameless, 5 years ago, I could not pin this thing in the front armor. And that thing just ripped me apart and just found me and ran me over. Because of how fast it is. And it's a heavy tank and the armor's really good on it. And the gun just actually rips apart. Also, my dog will not stop barking. She's been barking for like 30 minutes straight. Holy crap. Anyway. So, let's talk more about the Nameless. So, the Nameless, like I said, is pretty mobile. We're in a tier 10 match, like I said earlier. Blocked almost 2,000 damage. 3,139 damage dealt. Barely lost any hit points. The only reason we lost hit points is because around the Object 268 version 5 and got shot in the side while moving into position at the very beginning. But that's pretty much about it. Now it's just climbing up this hill. And remember, this is awhile. It's not a little hill. And we're going out to 15, 14. And yes, I do have the powertrain on it. And yes, we did knock over a tree, so that doesn't really show. Now here's me using the 8 degrees of gun depression over the side of the tank. Because, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Tried to track the guy in place, but didn't really take his tracks off. And, boop, took his tracks off that time, going to ram him in the back. So I actually one-shot him. And, boop, dead. Also, this tank does have a 50% silver boost and a 10% XP boost. So if you're wondering about that, 2 kills, 3,726 damage. So in the second match, I didn't record the entire gameplay of it because I recorded the last 5 minutes. Anyway, so top tier, Arctic region, and I'm basically going by myself on the left side of the map. So this is actually the game before the tier 10 match, but I didn't really want to show this one before that one because it's not a full match. Well, basically, I didn't really start at the word go. Anyway, so basically, we're just going to come over here, and there's the gun depression over the front. And as you can see, I'm learning how to use the armor a little bit more. It's not my first game in the Nameless, but definitely my first game today. So basically, I'm trying to use the armor a little bit more, figure out how to use it more, and just how to use this tank. And yeah, you can see a lot of shells are just bouncing off me. There's a Gornage coming this way. He's going to start pinning my lower plate, which is going to start being super, super annoying. Anyway, and so I'm just going to prioritize the Gornage. And I can see he's just pinning my lower plate, so I really want to take him down. Because the farther away they are, the harder and harder it's going to take. Well, the harder and the harder it's going to take them to hit my lower plate. Down to 767 hit points, even though I bounced 2,675 damage in less than a minute of being in this spot. There, put a shot in the A44. This tank definitely is a frontline brawler if you can hide your lower plate and just angle in the perfect positioning. And use your gun depression and rip your enemy team apart. So I just got shot by a Rugbar with a high explosive round, so what are you gonna do? There's a KB5. Put a shot in his cupola. Yeah, 220 millimeters of penetration, not to go through the cupola. The KB5 bounced something back there, don't know what it is. There's a Dreadnought that actually shoots the Tiger P down right beside me. Put another shot in the cupola of the KB5. Really want to take out the KB5s because very good rate of fire. Very good DPM, and they're really close to me, so they can definitely shoot by. Lower plate. So yeah, that's happening. Also, the KB5 has got a 50T prototype behind them, so that's fine. Completely fine. There's a hole in hell. I mean, is that a hole in hell? I don't think it's hollow now. It's kind of hard to see on the screen. Right now, I'm trying to push the corner edge so I can get a little bit more cover out there and push around the corner without getting shot in front of me, because I don't want to get shot by a KV, the Dreadnought, or the Broom Bar again, because they can definitely shoot high explosive and definitely take my hit points down. So, Dreadnought's a one-shot, and I think the Broom Bar is a one-shot. Either way, I'm just going to pull around this corner, take out that KV5, and boom, he's dead. Dreadnought's dead. That's good for me. I don't know where the Broom Bar is. So now we just want to push around the corner and take out this 50 prototype. Now, the 50 prototype is actually interesting because he's firing high explosive, and here's a wheeled light tank. Don't know how I missed that shell, but it's fine. It's just a wheeled light tank. My main priority is the SU-130PM, which is still alive. Wheeled light tank just killed itself, so good for me. 50T prototype turned its turret, so I try to snap a shot into him while his turret is turned, but still want to take out down the 50T prototype. And you can see my gun depression over the front is trolling me once again, so I just shoot over the side to actually pin him. Now it's just the SU-130PM, right? Or is it the Broom Bar? Oh yeah, it's the SU-130PM, bullet high explosive, pin a shell, and yeah. Now it's just a matter of time until the SU-130PM actually goes down. Now, as you can see, it's 12v1, easy, still going on with high explosive, bought 4,335 damage this match, and dealt 4,688, and assisted 388. So yeah, definitely a tank that's really nice. Definitely a tank that's still competitive in today's day, 5 years later. Still a tank definitely worth picking up, even if you don't like the Valkyrie Chronicles, or you never played them or whatever, watched them, or anything like that. Good tanks to pick up. Also, it's a collector tank, so pick them up if you want to. And I'll be doing an analyze video tomorrow. And that's it for this video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Also, subscribe. And remember, SLAPAFISH because of always that. And peace out. See ya.